What are we going to do about you, mate? What are we going to do about you? My friends, I'm so torn on this guy. This is Xtransbot's version of Streetwise, and the reason why I'm so torn is that their groove is such a good character, you know, and I was all in for their Defensor, and don't get me wrong, he has some really cool things going about him. Like, for instance, there's a steering wheel in there, there's a seat, there are these sirens that actually have LEDs and electronics in there, so that's kind of cool. On the other side, he has a little dash, also has a seat, awesome, and I like that. And the lights, they kind of move up and down, but not, I don't know, not that convincingly. But this is straight nightmare fuel. To be specific, this area, on a scale of 1 to 10, the horrendousness, 10 being the worst, this is probably like a 90 on a scale of 1 to 10. That's what I'm saying. And this is probably a 1. The legs are not bad, but just this over here, all this empty space, all this empty real estate, that shows you that the engineers who made this are very juvenile. They don't really know what they're doing. They don't have a lot of skill. Yeah, they put the, the blaster over here, but I didn't need all that, man. I would have rather you use this space and this space to make proper transformations because, dude, look at the way the fists are separated from the arms. That's crazy balls. That's crazy. And when you see this, it kind of makes it look like they're supposed to be like an axle. Like these things move together. They do not. They do not, my friends. It's just spindly and spindly for spindly's sake, because this is all with the exclusion of this, like this is all part of the arm, and like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? And there's like a faux chest and everything. You can see some of the black stuff in there. That's part of the faux. Like what are you guys doing, dude? This is like they gave this project to an intern. They're like, have at it, bud. This is your chance to shine. And alt mode wise, when you just kind of look at it, it's not bad. But going into the bot mode is seriously, I wanted to claw my eyes out, and I really like their groove, and I was so hyped for their Defensor, but this makes me want to rage quit and just drop out. I still have to check out their first aid. I have that on hand, and if 2 of the 3 are bad, then I'm done with this set. And I couldn't even properly transform this with the instructions because they're not that great. I had to rely on Bobby Skullface and MGo's video. Shoutouts to those cats, to the greats, in order for me to even do anything. And so, with all that complaining out of the way, let's get into the transformation. All right, so let's get to the transformation. I am armed with the trusty spudger, and this instruction, this actually tells you that they know that their transformation is horrific, because usually when you see instructions, they only provide A to B, meaning like, or B to A, bot mode to alt mode, and that's it. But you know what? They actually provide you the instructions on how to go back from alt mode into bot mode, because they know that you won't be able to do it on your own, because it's madness. It is complete madness. It really is. Like I said, man, this space, you need all of that. And so we're just going to be going along with this slowly, and I'm going to try not to self-delete myself. So this part over here, it says you have to like lift these bits out. Like these are these metal bars over here. Well, they're supposed to plug in there, but I mean, I don't know, man. I never really found the need to do that, and I ended up like not doing it. And the fact that they have these things, like, look, and they're metal, that's fine, but like, they're so random, dude. They're so random. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And so the next piece, it says that to dislodge this, and the back part is not bad. The back part is not bad, and so we are going to do this, but as I'm doing this, man, like, it feels so scary. It feels so scary. There's a copious amount of metal on this, just like their groove, and I can appreciate all of that, but ratchets, my friend, you really need ratchets. And now it says open up the doors, and so we're going to do that. And trust me, going from alt mode to bot mode is going to be a little less insane, but going from bot mode to alt mode, you're like, what? Redonkulous. And so what you got to do is you got to split this basically, and this is the back, and this is going to be the leg, and so that's the first part, and you're like, that's not that bad. I know, but you'll see. All right, so now that we have this dislodged, what you need to do is you need to dislodge this back piece over here and separate all of this and get this ready to lift up. And you can see it all separating from the leg, right? And this, when I had to bend this down, oh my gosh, this was so scary. Like, it wouldn't go down all the way, and I was like, how much force do I need to exert over here? And I'm, there we go. Oh, thank goodness, thank goodness. And so now what's going to happen is these seats, which are, you got to get them out and spin them kind of like sideways. Like I get it. It's cool, man. Like in Spirit, the alternators did this, and like, yeah, like I get it. It's cool and all, but like, and the way everything fits in is so uncomfortable, man. It really, really, really is. Oh. Yeah, and they have ratchets on the knees, and that's fine. That's like the last place I needed them, because I really needed this to flip over confidently and smoothly, but this is where it kind of gets stuck. I can still appreciate them for that, but here, it almost looks like it has ratchets, but it doesn't. It's all on frictions. But his legs are at least way sturdier than that of Groove's, and so I will give them props for that. All right, as you can see, I've done one part of the leg already, and at this point, it's not that bad. I'm just going to be super fair, and we're almost done with the legs. And the legs are by far the easiest part of the transformation, and so you're going to fit that in there, and this will close up somewhat unconvincingly. And then you can get these out. But yeah, also no ratchets over here as well. So all this metal, all this weight, and it's just on this flimsy, this little like hinge, man. Like, come on, guys. You guys, I want to say you guys are better than this, but maybe you aren't. I seriously, it's such a disappointment considering I really, really like their groove. I even made a statement stating that that I think it rivaled the MMC's, or even had better engineering than the MMC's version. But this makes me do an about face 180 degrees. But anyway, the legs are done. Oh. Let's move to the top of the car. Oh, almost forgot that we do have to clean up this area. And so, we're not there yet. Oh, now we're there because we cleaned up the back. And at this point, you might be like, hey, man, that's not that bad. And I would 100% agree with you. But see where we go next. See where we go next. Okay, we are inching our way to the nightmare zone. Next, it says basically start untabbing like all of this. It says untab here and then untab here. And so it looks like I need to separate this bit and get it loose as well. So, all right, the next piece that you have to do is you gotta remove this entire section. And just to be super duper fair, converting this back into robot mode is less nightmare fuel. I will tell you that. I'm just being super duper fair, but like, you see that? Oh, golly. What is this? Oh, Yuckosaurus, dude. What is that, dude? My Unicron's beard. What is this? Oh, and like, dude, look at all. Oh, it makes me uncomfortable. Honestly, it makes me, this looks like chewed up food. Like a dog got into it. I'm like, oh, that makes me uncomfortable. And I know this is going to sound crazy because this looks pretty bad, but man, converting it into the car mode is way, way, way worse. Yeah, because like Bobby Skullface, he was the one that I first heard it from when he was like, converting it from alt mode back to robot mode is always easier. And he's 100% right, because everything is all like tucked in. A lot of the guesswork is out of the way. But the first time that you're trying to figure out how these arms are configured, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So anyway, we did that. And then we're going to pull this out. And this, I believe, is going to flip in on itself or something like that, but you do have to kind of separate it, and that's how the front's going to look. Okay, for this next part, I've already done this piece, but look. It asks you to separate this piece so that you can move this independently without moving this. It's almost like some subpar AI designed this without thinking about the human experience. You know, when they give AI, you know, puzzles to solve, and you're like, hey, like, you got to do this at all costs, but no harm can come to humans. You know, they put that like caveat in there. Like, this guy doesn't have that memo. It was just like, make sure this thing transforms however you see fit, origami to the best of your capability, and it doesn't matter if it drives the operator crazy. But yeah, moving on. Okay, this part drove me up the wall because the first time I did it, I thought I was gonna break it. So this window, you have to lift this up, and then you have to spin this amidst all of this chaos. Oh. Because if you don't have it lifted up properly, you won't have the clearance to spin this around. Like, it's getting stuck right now. And see, everything's like, this is like one of those videos where I feel like I should just curse, dude. Monetization be damned. Like, bruh. Dude. Dude, it's gonna break. It's gonna break, dude. It's gonna break. Alright, I gotta clean this up, dude. They keep using this term buckle in the instructions. Bruh, use ChatGPT. I have no idea what you're talking about in the instructions. I don't know what they mean by buckle. Like, so we flip that nose piece over, and now it's saying bring this down and tab this into the belly. Doesn't work. Doesn't work, homie. I don't know. Whatever I'm doing wrong because it's not tabbing in there. It's gonna break, dude. It's gonna break. But you're supposed to tab it in there, but it's not working right now. Okay, moving on. Moving on. And then so this is supposed to, like, you see what I'm talking about, right? And see, this is the easy mode, going from alt mode to bot mode. You do it the opposite way. Trust me. Okay, now we got it in, dude. And like these over here, I thought it was like paint chipping and stuff. These are the extensions of the tips of the, what is it? The window wipers and stuff. So look, this thing that's not even really coming together properly over here, this is this faux chest. Mother fathers, why did you have to do that? You could have just used this, and it's just so ugly, dude. Watch, I'm gonna lose my sponsorship because of this. I'm gonna watch, dude. If you see me, if you see that TF Safari drop me, you're gonna see it's because of this video. Because I cannot endorse this toy in any way, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stop collecting their Defensor as a result. But whatever, man. Again, TF Safari is a wonderful company, and they have an incredible amount of things that you can buy on their site. Cousin, this ain't one of them. Cousin, this ain't one of them, dude. It really, really is not. Okay, man, I gotta clear my head and I go punch a wall or something. I'll be right back. All right, next it's asking us to connect this to the chest, but what you gotta do is, bruh, you're cupping with me, right? You're cupping with me. You need this thing to push out this tiny latch, which then you gotta press in. And I guess that's it, dude. It feels wrong. Everything feels wrong right now, dude. But yeah, it's in there. And then this is meant to go up. And that is meant to be... Oh. Oh. The only solace I have is that we're getting close to the finish line. And I can't wait to not do this anymore. These are one of those things that makes you want to quit being a reviewer. When you have obligations to review pieces of garbage like this. I got him. I can't even... I can barely see it. Oh my... I think that's it. Okay, I got one arm done. I could not follow the instructions anymore. They just did not make any sense, and I also cannot get this to convincingly stay put. And so I'm gonna have to do my best to do this other one without the instructions as well. Took me a long ass time. I do know that this metal bit, it's so weird, has to lift up, and it's eventually going to sit back there, right? And then we can start converting this. This has to flip around. Why? 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 Why does this bit have to be so complicated? And why are the shoulders on this tiny, tiny, tiny ball joint? Seriously, it's one of the worst things I've transformed. And I've transformed some pretty bad things. This is one of the worst. And I will say, of all the things that I've one of the worst stuff that I've transformed, the majority of them are Xtransbot. I think I'm not going to go through with the rest of this set. I don't care if First Aid is good. If he's good, you know, I'll give him his praise. I'll dote praises upon him. But no, I'm done. I'm done. So Groove, I will still say he's a good pickup. If you like Groove, don't get him for the sake of Defensor. Just get him if you like motorcycles, like cop motorcycles, and yeah. But the way this all transformed, like look at this, over-engineered. The definition, the epitome of over-engineered. I cannot say with a clear conscience, get this guy. At a glance, he looks cool, but closer inspection, you see how the shoulders are designed. Just, no, it's not fun. Toys are meant to be fun, in my opinion. That's just me. I don't know if that's a crazy take. Toys are supposed to be fun. This guy ain't it. This guy ain't it. And I feel like this is supposed to collapse down further. I don't think it's supposed to be sticking up so much. But either way, I really don't care. And I hope you were at least entertained through my frustration and angst. But yeah, this is a hard pass. One of the hardest passes for me as a toy reviewer. I hope I don't lose my sponsorship, but if I do, then you guys know why. Have a great day.